Hey guys, okay, this video is just about tile. Beautiful tile, because I think what I sent you last week was a lot to ingest. We put together so many fun combinations with these pre-selections, but what we didn't do is share with you our designer picks, like our favorite combinations based on the whole home collection. And so that's what I'm doing in this video. Let's review. The three tiles we're looking at for the kitchen, and they're really just these three. This is pretty straightforward, right? It's either this one, and here it is across, seeing them at both the bar and the kitchen and into the pantry, right? And then we've got this dark Verde Alpe, gorgeous emerald and black one from Daltile. It came in last week. It is so beautiful. Just looks like rich green marble and it pulls on the black. I love it. But I really love my designer's pick. Is Courtney and I both really just still love this the most. This 3x12 olive matte tile with just some slight, concave, picking up some light while it still is matte. Feels like the right, just feels like the right target for aesthetic there. So this, I think, will be an easy decision once we see them in person. And we can't go wrong. All three are great green tiles. Now, whatever we do pick there, I'm real interested in seeing it go into the flex bath, because now that we really, especially now that we see that band has increased in size, I love the more specific these perspectives get when we start putting in the exact model, like the exact tub. I could see that tub is 22 inches high. And so your band gets to raise up to 21 inches high and has a more of a strong presence in there, right? So you're sitting in that tub and you've got the accent on this wall, this nice big neutral up here, and then, that fluted one. So this is Tile Mix A with the marble verde, the fray pearl, and then the green bamboo bands. That's what I'm calling that. And then let's keep on going down. Then we kept everything the same, but just popped out the accent tile for that green terrazzo. And that sample's been ordered. I really can't wait to see it. Really feels rich. In fact, I just love it in the space. My designer's pick, though, is putting it in the space, but putting it in the space with the verde textured with that bamboo, or the vertical 2x6 matte. It'd be kind of cool to repeat whatever we do on the backsplash in the kitchen. So I'm game to play on this little band, but the green band when you're layering up patterns, this is so great. You matched undertones, so now we're all in the right tone. And then you always want to match organic with geometric. Those layer up really easy on the eye. And then if you've got two organic things, now we want to play with scale. And that's what we've really done here. We've got this super, super tight, scaly, small little scale up against the bigger splashes of terrazzo. And together it layers up just beautifully. So this is going to be my designer's pick right there. Which your pick doesn't have to be the same. I just always want y'all to know. That's why you pay me the big bucks, right? All right, here we go. And again, I just had to pull these two out because I think these are the two winners. And if we don't use this in the primary, then I would still be very open to seeing it in the flex. But I think I'm going to want this in the primary. And so, I'm keeping this as my designer's pick for the flex. Okay, now let's go down to the guest bathrooms. And this made a designer's pick. This was one of your requested renderings. This tile came in last week and is stunning, absolutely stunning. And just pairing it there with the green verde texture, right? The verde textured with the sea green. That just feels nice and dramatic. And we played with it a lot of different ways, like going into the niche or down into the floor. But this just felt like the best. Easy on the eye again, nice transition on the floor, and kind of fun. Okay, so here's one, and then here's another mix where we tried it with that terrazzo and green verde. Love it. it feels a little dark. So I did a little digging from the same guys that we ordered this sample from. They had more terrazzo. And so I found two that I loved. I love this one so much, especially with the fray pearl, and then this same tile that we're using in the other bathroom, the other guests. So that could be a lot of fun seeing those two together. Going with this new terrazzo that's a little bit more poppy with that sea green floor, and then coming over and seeing that sea green go up the walls there. So that could just be a lot of fun, and certainly great little combinations. And then let's move into the primary. Okay. We love the star-cross, on the floor especially. And then once we brought it across the wall in that rendering, that just feels the most easy. We tried it up the wall. You probably remember if you looked at those from last week in this way, and it's a pretty dominant tile. It felt heavy in there and not as room brightening as this I love this extra, extra large tile. It works great on the walls with the ribbing. So again, look, we've really got this nice layering of pattern. And then here is one that Courtney and I just love. Coming in with that green marble, the verde texture on the side walls, and then doing this matte green on the floor for a smaller geometric. These are all honed or matte, so that's really great for slip resistance. And the smaller kind of tile pattern actually can feel real good under your foot and be less slip resistant. So we just love that. And similar, I also really love is this, just very easy on the eye, staying in the fray for different sizes. They've got different shapes and sizes. They've got one that's it's not exactly the star and cross, but it is a really cool kind of geometric that we could do if you want on the floor. But I do kind of like just the brightness of keeping everything neutral. So that one's a strong contender. And then, like I said earlier, I found two terrazzos. This was the second terrazzo that is new, and it's called Hazel. It puts out this really great hazily, green and grays and little umbers and brown colors in there. It's just really cool terrazzo. And pairing it with a stripe, these really extra large tiles. I think they're like 2 feet by 4 feet. And look, terrazzo has been classically used on the floor so many times. Floors and walls of showers and tubs, and it's incredibly resistant, and it's honed, so it's going to feel good even at the larger size. So there is terrazzo just doing the whole floor and wainscot on this side up the wall, right? And then letting it kind of go back to a nice simple light. Oh, no, look what I did here. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Thank you. I'm so glad for this rendering. I let it go up on this wall. That's fun. So it goes up on this wall and then just ends on this wall and comes up. So partial behind me and then all the way up. Interesting. So anyhow, this just felt really good. So kind of narrowing it down, kind of like we did in Flex. Top two would be this one over here, or this terrazzo one over here. Just so fun. So again, I hope that by simplifying it, this helps you decide what you like the best, right? And you can usually feel it in your gut. But here's this combination together with this one in the primary, right? And then doing this combination in the guests, 1 and 2. Let me pull that a little bit. And then doing the darker in the flex with the green. So we see the green a couple of times. We see that, that fray that one time. There's the green again on that one. And then down here, doing one of these amazing green subway tiles. That's, kind of the whole mix in a nutshell, right? And we can play with this a little bit, but I think narrowing it down to that collection helps us decide what we like, right? What we like and don't like the most. And do a review back up. So you can see all of that. Gosh, I can't wait for that, this bathroom. It's going to be so cool. I love that vanity that we all picked out. It's really beautiful. Okay. And so, guys, that's kind of all on that. I don't want to drag it on. This tile is such a fun part of the process, isn't it? That's one word for it, isn't it? Oh, isn't it crazy? This one did not make the cut. It is in last week's renderings, but when we tried to really narrow it down, we never really seemed to love this one with this one, and we just loved the other ones better. I loved the new terrazzo better, and I loved the green marble better, right? So can't wait to hear what you guys think. All right, that's all for now. Talk to you later. Bye.